Tonight, that's 100% true, I think.
You know what I'm saying? All right. So let's first start off with Cliff on Comics, your picks. Starting with number 5. So your number 5 book was Silver Surfer issue number 3. Now, I don't consider this a Halloween book, but tell me why you put it in your list.
Well, because Mephisto looks genuinely menacing on this cover.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, would you not agree?
Well, it is the first appearance of Mephisto, so
right, and like he looks like genuinely menacing, monstrous. You know, he's a demon. He's Marvel's version of the devil, as far as we know.
Yeah,
like,
he is the devil. Let's be honest. He's the devil.
Yeah, well, because they're never explicit, and they're never not explicit. So
yeah, they keep
like,
it coy. Like
yeah.
he isn't.
Yeah, I just think this is a great cover. I think, you know, I like look how doomed and damned everything looks around Silver Surfer.
Yeah, what I like about this cover is how the art during that time, you know, we had some greats already. We had Jack Kirby, Steranko, and so this is Buscema. There was something about that art that was like so ahead of its time, like from everything you see in it. So like even from the shadowing, the lighting, the way he has the hand, that kind of stuff. It's so, like I said, it's so ahead of its time as far as stylized goes. Instead of, it doesn't feel like a book from the late 60s. You know what I mean?
And yeah, at the same time, it kind of does, right?
Well, yeah, and at the same time, it kind of does the color scheme and things like that. So
that's it's a very powerful red cover, you know, and for me, it's not about Halloween being just a Halloween cover. It's about like the spooky cover, right? And I feel like this is just a classic. And like, although maybe it doesn't live up to today's,
it does.
You know, but like I feel like it does, right? Like I feel like it's powerful. It's called The Power and the Prize. Like the freaking book is just brings that ominous energy to life, and I love that. I love it.
All right, let's take a look at your number 4th book. Of course, you picked Secrets of the Haunted House, issue number 5. This is some Bernie Wrightson goodness.
Right?
Like when you put that in there, I was like, God damn. He took one of my books.
I didn't even know I was taking one of your books. I don't feel like I've seen this book enough, to be honest. That's why I picked it.
Well, it's a pumpkin.
Yeah, but look how menacing it is. There's something coming out of the goddamn pumpkin. That's what really makes it menacing. You know,
for me, it's about Wrightson's style. His style is so unique.
Yes, but you know what I mean? It shines here, right? Again, it's like at first look, it's a jack-o'-lantern, but it's not just a jack-o'-lantern, and like, you know, it's creepy, and like it's creepy done very, very well. You know?
Well, it was done during the 70s, and one of the things I love about 70s horror books, especially DC, when they were doing it, there was something about it that was just like, it felt creepy, it felt eerie. Yeah. You know what I mean? Marvel was doing it too, but they were more into the supernatural realms, where in DC it was actually, no, we're gonna figure out a way to do this horror and put that label on it too at the same time.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. And I honestly, I felt like DC's horror stories were very soft in this era, or soft-ish.
Well, they had to be in that way.
Yeah, they had to, but they still had some covers that could actually feel, you know, something. This is one of those covers that feels ominous, you know? I love that word tonight, ominous.
Let's go to our next list of books, and we're going to be doing number 3. You pick Halloween number 1. This is the Chaos comic issue. Came out in the late 90s, or no, was it the early 2000s? It was somewhere around that time.
I want to say late 90s.
Yeah. You know. There's something very special about this book, and go ahead. Do you know what's important?
It's the first comic appearance of Michael Myers.
Which I'm surprised.
It took that long, right?
I am so surprised it took that long. And it's a photo comic.
Yeah. But cover. Also, and again, like they've edged it in just a way. The fact that he's at the top of the staircase, the fact that this comic book actually rings true to the novelization of the film, which is very interesting to me. Like you see this cover, and there's a little, you're a little bit taken aback, but you know exactly what you're looking at too.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's how I feel when I see this book.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at your number 2.
Oh, this is where it gets spicy.
Crime Suspense Stories, issue 24, 1950, pre-code horror.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Oh boy.
look at this body horror tension waiting to happen. There's a man with a crazed look and a hatchet, and you cannot tell me that that's not enough to send chills down your spine. Because nothing is more frightening than the monsters that exist in the real world.
So but he has another man on. I guess is that I can't even tell if that's a tub.
That's a dude. That's a dude in either a tub or a wheelbarrow.
But no, it's a barrel. It's some.
Either way, this cover is every gay man's worst nightmare. like Grinder and Sniffies will tell you that the dude is 1,800 feet away, and you think you're going to hook up, but then this happens. No. All right. This is why the movie Cruising exists. Okay, we can't have this happening in our communities.
All right. And your number 1 book went to Black Cat.
Yo,
so I love number 1 in front of it. Sorry about that. Let's fix this. That way we don't get it in our way. I'm gonna get it out of the way. That way you can actually see the cover. There we go. Mm-hmm. And where are we? Now we can see it properly. Sorry, guys.
And the fact that it's named Black Cat.
All right. You call it Cruising. I call it Looking for a Friend. All right. Talk to me about this.
So I only saw this cover for the first time 2 years ago. And I was like, it's such a gross, freaking shocking, like genuinely shocking old school pre-code horror. Like, I'm like, this thing is just amazing. And the fact that that there's actually a couple of homages out there to this, phenomenal, including a new one from Mark Spears, which I wish I could get my hands on, but it looks very expensive.
Well, it's also a PSA, isn't it? A PSA ad for smoking. Don't smoke, and this is what's going to happen to you.
I listen. I wish I knew that much about it. I just know that I love this cover. This cover is shocking and horrifying. It is all the things. I don't know. And I've never thought about cigarettes. I always think that this guy accidentally stuck
that's radium. That's not a cigarette. That's radium.
Yeah, it's radium, like the white heat. So like I don't know what this guy was doing, but he's paying that price.
He is definitely paying that price, man.
And like things that typically horrify people, right? Like everyone who's ever had the teeth falling out dream, that's some scary shit. And it's usually psychologically, it's about you not having control over your life. But like for those who are superstitious, it's always about something bad happening.
Yeah.
So like this cover is just like all the hoodoo that I was ever scared of as a kid. This cover is like 80% of it.
This is your non-radium. All right, so let's take a look at my picks. These are the ones I decided to pick. I try to keep it a little different and, as we said, diverse. So the first one I picked was Walt Disney's Donald Duck in Trick or Treat. It's an adaptation of the animated short, which I absolutely love. I love that cartoon. And Donald Duck is doing all sorts of things to Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and then I forget her name, Broomhilda, I think is her name. She comes up and she's like, "No, we're gonna do something about this," and they're just having a blast. Where he gets the dancing feet and all that fun stuff. So that's why I picked it. I love this cartoon, man. So that's why I picked that one. It just brings back some fond memories of cool kid stuff when I was a kid. Next one for number 4, I went with the Sandman. Like, when I think of horror and I think about where it goes, I really, first appearance of Witch Hazel. That's her name, Witch Hazel. Thank you. I think about Sandman. Sandman is one of those books that it has horror, it has supernatural, it has fantasy, and things like that. So that's why I decided to go with Sandman number 1. This is a book that right now it's surprisingly low in cost. So I do plan, and we know why.
Yeah.
So I did pick up issue 8 not that long ago for a really first steal. But so this is one that I do have to eventually get. And Sam Keefe's art in this series is fantastic. So when I think of Halloween and I think of horror, I do think about Sam Keefe's artwork, especially when it comes to Sandman. Because what a lot of people don't know about Sandman, if you read Sandman, you'll know. But what some people don't know about Sandman is that it does come. It's kind of like a follow up to House of Secrets, House of Horror, and all that stuff because it does feature Cain and Abel, who were the caretakers of the houses. So it continues that trend.
The House of Mystery and the House of Secrets.
Yes, thank you. So all that stuff. So that's why I put Sandman in the list. So moving on to our next book here, at number 3, I went ahead and I went with Bart Simpson's Treehouse of Horror. Come on, it's not Halloween without the Treehouse of Horror. I remember watching the first episode, and now they're at like 20 episodes here, but this is the very first one. It is so much fun. Look at, you got stories from Mike Aldrin, from James Robinson, from Jeff Smith. You mentioned Bone earlier, so Jeff Smith is doing a story here. But everything about Treehouse of Horror is so much fun, and I always enjoy watching them when I had a chance. It's been a very long time since I've seen a Treehouse of Horror cartoon, so it might be something that I'm gonna watch sometime this week. So,
and if you have Disney Plus, they're all in their own section.
They're all in there, man. So that's pretty cool. So definitely in there. At number 2, I went with The Tomb of Dracula. Neil Adams goodness. You cannot think of Halloween without thinking about the Universal monsters. And Dracula is on the top of that list. You know what I mean? And this is an all-time classic book. So I definitely want to be part of it. We got Kenneth Burr in the house as well.
Yes.
And 36 Treehouse of Horror episodes now.
There's 36 seasons of The Simpsons, but there are 35 Treehouse of Horrors because Treehouse of Horrors did not start until season 2.
The last one had Homer with symbiote genes called Denim.
I believe it.
So going back to Tomb of Dracula, this is a really cool story, and of course you have Neil Adams artwork in it. So how could you go wrong with that? So the Supernatural, Marvel was owning Supernatural, where horror was being owned by DC at that time. So it's pretty cool. All right. And the number 1 book that I picked, and it's probably going to cover over it. Yep, is Punch Comics. Let me move this here so I can get you guys to see the issue. I went with Punch Comics only because that is a cover, man. That's what I like. That's what I call a sick cover, man. just look at that cover, and let me now put it.
I can't wait to see it.
I know. I just noticed.
I almost put this on my list.
When I saw that you didn't put it, I was like, I'm putting it in here. So Punch Comics issue number.
Guess what made it in place of this?
Which one?
Black Cat.
The Black Cat. No, this is the cover, man. Just everything about it, man. Yeah, the skull. Oh my god, that skull is iconic. And this is a book to me that I feel like doesn't get homaged enough. Like, I want to see a real homage to this book. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why it doesn't happen, but then again, to me, it's that perfect because there's just so much going on with it, and it's just a freaking awesome cover, man. You know what I mean? It really is. So those are my picks. Those, I want to know what you guys have picked. Like, let me know what we missed out as far as these books. But again, we only picked 10 in total. We're gonna have some more fun, but those are the ones. Yeah. Oh yeah. Fantastic Mystery 41 is better. It's that's always your opinion. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more comic content. Check out these other videos for even more insight, and I'll see you at the next one. Excelsior.